welcome to the Intel Brief. Today is Thursday, 28 August. Today, we're going to talk about Ukraine trying to sell priceless digital battlefield data to the West for support. NATO members have all hit their 2% target, with only 3 meeting the new 5% goal. And Rheinmetall has opened a new ammunition factory. So firstly, Ukraine is looking at how to share battlefield data with its allies, the country's deputy prime minister said, calling the vast trove of stored information one of Kiev's cards to strengthen its position in negotiations to get support from friendly countries. The data we have is priceless for any country, he said. The man heads Ukraine's digitalization ministry told Reuters in an interview, adding that Ukraine is currently very careful about sharing it. So what? This is some pretty key information that is likely wanted by the US and other NATO allies. So using it to get continued support is completely understandable. How Trump and the senior US administration reacts to this will be up for debate. I'd say they probably think they deserve it anyway because of what they've already given. But yeah, it'll be interesting. I don't know. There'll be some pretty interesting stuff in there around Russian TTPs and around Russian performance of military hardware and stuff that lots of companies can use to develop and improve their weapon systems, especially with drone technology coming to the front and Ukraine leading the way in that. So yeah, it'll be good to get back to Western companies and Western militaries so they can improve their processes. But yeah, I think Trump specifically won't like the Ukraine trying to use it as a bargaining tool. But next, all NATO member states are set to meet the alliance's long-standing defence spending goal of 2% of GDP this year, according to a new NATO report. But only 3 are currently meeting the new goal of 3.5%, according to the report published in Brussels on Thursday. Previously lagging NATO countries such as Spain, Italy and Belgium have now increased their defence spending to the level agreed at the NATO summit in Wales in 2014. Estimates from the alliance show that as recently as last year, more than 10 of the alliance's 32 members fell short of the 2% goal. But many member states have substantially increased their military spending since Russia's invasion of Ukraine in 2022, and following demands from US President Donald Trump for European allies to invest more in their own defence. So what? Credit where credit is due. I think a lot of this comes down to Donald Trump's rhetoric and his stance on NATO defense of Europe. Basically that the US wasn't going to be the ones to defend Europe from Russia any longer, and that they were going to wind down their support in the region, likely to increase their military posture in the East Asian region. Due to China and Taiwan kind of heating up or becoming a next key flashpoint. It is good to see, especially Spain in particular, were pretty against spending any more money on defense. So it's pretty impressive to see that Trump has got even them to come to the table in their spending. It's also probably good for the European economy. Get some money back into the military industrial complex, boost some companies, get a nice big military, and hopefully we can put Russia off any further expansion into Europe. And lastly, the Rheinmetall arms manufacturer opened a new factory at its existing site in northern Germany on Wednesday, boasting that once it reaches capacity, it could become Europe's largest munitions production facility. The company's CEO said that the production of 155mm caliber artillery shells would be progressively ramped up to reach 350,000 units per day by 2027. These artillery shells in particular are in demand and in short supply in Ukraine, and Europe and NATO members all want to replenish their stockpiles and increase production capacity. Rheinmetall plans to increase unit production at several more facilities as well as this one. So what? As I kind of said in the last thing, countries are very open to putting more money into military spending. So with Rheinmetall boosting the production of artillery shells, it bodes well. These shells are in high use in Ukraine, and at one point they were firing crazy numbers like 50,000 a day or something, much more than they could really get to the front lines fast enough. And also, NATO members were burning through their stockpiles pretty quickly. So having a factory that's set up to manufacture this many shells every day is pretty key. However, it's probably going to become a focal point for grey zone activity, and it's possible we'll see random fires and stuff in the area trying to disrupt this factory's production, and also just trying to, throw the West into a bit of chaos. But yeah, better check how my Rheinmetall stock's doing though, because that's a big win. But yeah, that's good to see. The war in Ukraine has shown that while drones are the new weapon of choice, artillery is still a key player on the battlefield, and firing high volumes of shells, especially in urban conflict, is key to slow down assaults and also in the build-up for offensive action. So yeah, we still need high numbers of artillery shells, and this factory will give us that. So that's a big win. Thank you for listening to the Intel Brief. I've been your host, Daniel, and I'll see you again tomorrow. See you.